feel that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Holy cow, did you just feel that?
I did.
I just felt wind.
Look at me.
I know, look at my arms. Look at my arms. Did you feel wind?
Yes, I
did. Did you feel wind?
Yes, I
did too.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready for us to go now? I think we're going to go. Tell me my name real quick, man. Go!
Oh,
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Okay.
That's all.
Oh my God.
I never thought I'd experience some of this kind of stuff. Whether it be disembodied voices, things banging on a wall, objects being moved. Back when I was younger and my brother, was in a band, he had a pentagram on his band room floor. I remember just being disgusted and pretty pissed off. And later on he got involved in paranormal research. But I always wondered if maybe some of the things that he experienced during his investigations were things that were already there or things that he might have brought with him.
Believe in paranormal activity?
Definitely believe in paranormal activity. It's hard to think when you look to space that we're the only ones that have life on our planet. We're pretty sure there's aliens. And more than aliens, I'm sure there's energy sources that never really go away. I think when someone dies, it's got all this energy. It's got to go somewhere. So yeah, I believe in that.
I have experienced some type of paranormal activity before. My Uncle Jack died in a motorcycle accident in 1979, and I'm a big Harley rider, and every once in a while when I'm out on the freeway, I'll be driving and I just feel a presence, and I'll kind of look over. Of course there's nothing there, but I always feel like it's my Uncle Jack riding down the freeway with me.
I just believe there are lost souls that stick around, that show themselves more, that make more ruckus, I guess. And then there are typical spirits that get to come and go freely from the other world into ours. That's what I think.
Drake, by any chance, do you believe in paranormal activity?
No.
You don't? Never had any experience?
No, any logical, rational person knows that doesn't exist.
Right. So never,
you learn
huh?
that when you're a kid.
There are so many things out in the world that we don't have any clue or indication of what they're about. And you don't have any realization of something until your eyes are given the ability to see it, you know what I mean? So, like, imagine if we were all sitting here and a UFO came out to the backyard and they're like, oh, there's a UFO out there. We would all think it was really ridiculous until we went outside and we looked up and sure enough, there's something there. Until you see it, you really can't explain to anybody what it's about.
I do believe in ghosts. As a kid, I've always looked for a presence there, whether it be at home or just in the dark, in the shadows. I've always had the feeling that there was something, and that possibility of ghosts was something that was real. So I would say I do believe in ghosts.
What I believe demonic spirits are spirits that are brought from the physical world here on earth. The people that bring them are the people that open doors, which create these demons or these evil spirits to come and either haunt locations or haunt places.
I think that spirits communicate with us from the other side, a lot of times for our benefit, to let us know that they're okay. And sometimes spirits are disembodied, just haven't been able to cross over.
Our search for the truth begins in Johnson City, Texas. Johnson City is located about 45 miles west of Austin and about 65 miles north of San Antonio. Johnson City was the hometown of President Lyndon B. Johnson and was founded by James Polk Johnson, nephew of Samuel Ely Johnson Sr. and uncle to the president. It was also the home of actress Madeline Stowe. Some fun facts about Lyndon Baines Johnson that you might not know. LBJ was the youngest Senate Majority Leader. He was also named after W.C. Linden, a lawyer and a family friend. His favorite foods were canned green peas and tapioca. LBJ rejected his portrait, saying that was the ugliest thing he ever saw. LBJ died 1 mile from the house he was born in.
So I know there's some questions on whether the people that report this paranormal type of activity are a little bit crazy or maybe a little bit off their rocker. I think in some cases they are, because there's just people in the world that are crazy. But in other cases, I think it's relatives trying to communicate back with other relatives that are still alive. Maybe it's God trying to speak to somebody, or maybe it's somebody's own head trying to help them through a situation, and it's just how they get through it. But either way, I think there's some reality to some of this stuff, and I think there's also crazy people that will report anything no matter what it is.
So we showed up at this house. We're just about 5.5, 6 miles outside of Johnson City, and this family has apparently been like extremely tormented, or so they say. They're telling all these crazy stories about how you know, pictures and stuff are just falling off the wall.
So when my cousin was here, she actually had dishes float out of the cabinets, and like they just landed. We've had pictures. When a picture's going to normally fall off the wall, it would fall straight down. You know what I mean? Like normally if it lets go off the nail or something, yeah, just straight down. Well, we've had them literally, when you're not even looking, you can kind of see it out of the corner of your eye. I was sitting on my bed, and we had a chair back behind the bedroom door, and this picture came off the wall, landed on the back of the chair, and kind of sat there for a minute, and what caught my eye is that it was wobbling back and forth. And I was like...
Are these folks' claims really legitimate? Or are they just batshit crazy?
We've got somebody hung themselves.
Really?
Yep.
Why have people come out?
Yeah.
Like who? Us investigators?
Yeah. If you know they're there,
well,
why need proof of that?
Well, I guess just to get it captured and to share it. Maybe there's something that we can find out for them. Something more specific or concrete. I mean, it's always nice to have the proof.
There's several things that families can do on their own to get rid of any unwanted paranormal activity in their home. You don't necessarily need to call in a professional right away. Some of the first things that they can do is to just walk through the house and ask the spirit to lead. Sometimes the spirit is willing to just cross to the other side if it's just told that it needs to go towards the light. You can also bless the house, and you create holy water by taking spring water and putting it into a crystal glass and putting some salt in it. Then you'll get some rosemary sprigs, walk around the house and bless the house. And you want to make sure that you bless all the doorways and all the windows and seal them all the way around and make the sign of the cross over them so that you're blessing the house and sealing it against any negative energies, okay? If those two things do not work, we really recommend that you call a professional, because you could have an earthbound spirit that just does not want to go.
Dude, I don't know about this, man. I don't know about this. I don't feel good about it.
My 4-year-old has told us about a little girl that her name is Mary Johnson. She told my 4-year-old that her daddy shot her. My 4-year-old says she's scary because she has a hole in the back of her neck.
People into trouble because they go in thinking that they're speaking to something that's maybe an entity of their grandmother or a loved one, and it's something that very possibly could be demonic in nature.
Oh, right now I'm taking a look at these nails that were supposedly holding this door shut. What happened was, when we initially got here, the owner of the house said that he had nailed this door shut with 5, 6, 7 nails, and that just out of the blue this thing popped open, and like it got ripped open. It was just
After it was nailed shut?
Yeah. And so, you know, I thought I'd come back here and take a look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
And just see, you know, if I could figure out maybe how that would have happened.
Yeah.
So.
We put a little monkey that censored to your fingers in there.
Uh-huh.
And it disappeared. And the ladies that came here 3 weeks ago, we asked Mary Johnson to put it back, and she put it back up underneath the shelves in there.
Got kind of ripped through the edge there or whatever.
Yeah.
They made like a divot on the sides. But now if you look at it closely, the nails are still in there. But, I mean, it's not a nail that goes right straight through there. It's a nail that goes into the sideboard, and it's just kind of bent over there. And actually only a little bit of the nail would have been holding this door. So anything, if somebody pulled on it or whatever, that door would have came open like pretty easy. So I don't know.
So we're not saying that this was a ghost. We're just saying a lot of different things could have got this door open.
Yeah, nice little pull.
Yeah.
Little tug. A kid could have tugged that open.
Yeah.
Really. So I'm not really sure that it's a paranormal occurrence.
Yeah, if this was Mythbusters, I'd have to say that we may just debunk this.
Yeah, we debunked the door. Debunked.
I'm coming. Camera, please.
See, they're starting to set up all the infrared cameras in the house and all the places that the woman has suggested that could be haunted.
And what they'll do is they'll go back later on, and if something happened during the night, they'll go back to that time and see what it was, whether it be a shadow, some movement, or anything like that.
Electronic surveillance aircraft out of...
The lights I was in the bathroom going to the restroom and the lights just turned off. Like while I'm using the restroom. Straight up turned off and I was like, oh my god.
Lights turning off by themselves? Maybe these people aren't so crazy after all.
Father, please bless this endeavor to keep us safe, keep us aware, keep us in your thoughts, protect us. These are our new friends, old acquaintances, relatives. These are the people we love and care about. Keep us safe, guide us through your passage. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Kumbaya.
Yeah, lights out.
Yep.
It is?
It's about go time, right?
Alright, which one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go first, I guess.
Right.
I'm the first one up tonight.
Okay, see. Right now, all the lights turn off.
Robby, are you going in first?
I'm asking Buzz right now who he wants to go in.
Right now, Robbie's using an EMF detector to see if there's any type of activity in these back rooms here. These are like the children's rooms, and this is where the girls have kind of been tormented back here. They said they've had things fall off shelves, doors slam, things like that.
Okay, let me ask you one more question. You figure this out for me. Are you scared of Indians? Okay. She don't want to answer yet. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah. Is that you?
They're knocking sound.
Yeah. Are you touching her right now? I'm not afraid of you. Did you hear that?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Did you say you were afraid of me or not afraid of me? Not. Okay. Well, I'm not afraid of you neither. Why am I cold? I'm freezing cold right now, dude. I am freezing cold. Are you ready for us to go now? I think we're going to go. Tell me my name real quick, man. Go! Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Oh my God,
okay, that's all.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Holy
We don't know.
Okay. Thank you. I'm out of here.
That's just too much of a coincidence, man. I mean, you know, I asked what my name was the first time I went in there, and it said Robby. I mean, 7 or 8 of us heard it, you know. Go! Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Okay, that's all. Oh my God.
So we're in a pretty remote area here in Johnson City, right?
Yeah, ain't nothing for a while. I mean, at least 15, 20 miles from there, you know.
So the ghost box, it's picking up AM frequency? Okay, so any AM station or something that's in the area.
Right. AM frequency is a lot more stronger than FM, because most of the time FM is like for that metroplex, or you know, for here or for here, but AM is for everywhere. So it's got a lot of energy coming through.
That was really crazy whatever just happened in there. Robby got the ghost box. We went in with the owners of the house, Kim and Rob. We went in with Shelly and Dana and Bree, and I can barely talk right now because I'm still really freaked out. I'm sorry.
So far we've got a couple EVPs. It sounds like a young child and stuff like that. You know what? I don't think it is. I think maybe there could be some type of demonic spirit or something playing around with these people.
Stacking up from a killing spree. Then again, the kid will be in my head. It's in my head. And every night is the same as every day. Restless, it feels like it never ends. It never ends.
Are there any children in here?
Me. Okay.
Oh my God.
Hold on. Mary, is that you?
What?
Do you want us to leave? Okay. I'll do it if you just answer me one more time. Do you want us to leave? Say it clearly for me, yes or no? Well, you know what? I'm not getting out. What are you going to do to me if I don't get out? Kill? I'm out, bro. That's all I need.
So, I mean, that was the scariest thing I've ever encountered in my life. I mean, I'm still really, I don't know if I want to go back in there. That was crazy.
Nursing home that we're going to check out tonight. There's been reports of paranormal activity and different things. I did a little bit of research on the internet, and essentially the only thing I could find was some reviews of the place, actually some kind of bad reviews.
It is more likely for residents to have a catheter inserted and left, for residents to spend most of their time in bed, to be physically restrained, and to have urinary tract infections, and to have moderate to severe pain, and it wouldn't be unusual for them to lose their bowels. So this was like pretty much a miserable place to be here.
Now I'm not. You were here. I forgot. Said you wanted to die.
Okay. You're welcome.
Those
2 rooms, and we're gonna walk by there, face y'all. Okay. I'm gonna ask some questions. I'm gonna ask it to make noises or anything, and let me know if you hear anything down here. Okay.
All right.
Can I see the tape?
Look at me. Right now, Robby and Wiley are going out to the end of the hall, and they're going to try an experiment where they might ask some questions, and they want to know if we can hear anything. maybe any spiritual, paranormal activity going on.
Okay. If there's any spirits in here, you better listen up. There's going to be more people to come in here to try to communicate with you. I don't know what we have to say to make you believe that we're here to help you. Maybe some of you don't know how to get to the other side from where you're at now.
Take this. Flip this around
We can help you.
so I can see myself. I decided to hijack the camera and to do a little provoking.
You got my word.
I'm going in here.
We're not here to harm you.
Here we go. I'm going in here by myself. Now, what I'm talking to is any demonic spirits that are in this building. You demonic pieces of trash. If you're in this building right now, go ahead and do something. Look, I got the camera right here. If you're gonna scratch me, scratch me. If you're gonna hit me, hit me. If you're a sissy demonic spirit.
Dude, who was that?
Go ahead. I'm not gonna put up with this. You go ahead and do something now.
I think if someone actually wants to try to contact a spirit or someone from the other side, they can ask that person to present themselves. Like, for instance, if you're doing a seance, you ask that person to present themselves and make some sort of audible sound, like knock 3 times on the floor, on the table, whatever. That's how you know that you've made contact with a spirit without having to use any sort of paranormal equipment.
Was this your old room? I bet it sucked in here, didn't it? Were they always mean to you? Never wash you up? Being punks? Do you wish you could get back at them? Well, I'm here to help you to get back at them if you communicate with me.
Robby believes that these are the intelligent responses from the spirits that inhabit the nursing home.
I feel weird. I feel real weird.
The spirits continue to try to communicate with Robby and the team, possibly using Robby's energy to do so.
I feel weird. I keep hearing knocks behind us. Knocking sound.
Yeah, I've heard things coming from like the end of the hallways.
You know, like tapping?
Yes.
That door. That scared me.
That scared me too. But like, even though you said it swings open, didn't it like feel like it?
Yeah, like it was.
Slammed?
Yeah, that's what.
If it like slammed open, I don't think it would bang as hard.
That thing slammed. She was underneath my hat, bro. I just couldn't. You can speak into the red light on the floor. Speak in it and give us a message. What is your name? What is your name?
With all the knocking and footsteps, I feel that whatever's in here is following us.
It's going to be right after this.
All right, well, they're
Right there.
right now they're just looking at all the voice recordings from the EVP, and they just picked up an old lady, and she says, "Get the hell out of here."
Y'all aren't that far into it. It should be somewhere around there.
Freaking awesome, dude.
Okay. Did somebody die in this room? I want all the patients to come out of their rooms right now. Come out of your rooms and visit with your next door neighbor.
I feel something just rush across my pants.
This might in fact be the attempt of a spirit to try to attach themselves to Wiley.
Well, I do believe that a spirit has the ability to attach to you, to follow you. Some people will use the word possess, but I think that it can attach to you in different locations, and I think it's really on how much your boundary, how much strength that you have around you for protection when you go into a location. What do you think, Dale?
I think that the possession and the is different than the attachment on a person. The attachment is a free will of the spirit, but the possession or taking over is more of, like you said, the boundaries, the person allowing that to happen. It's kind of twofold issue there on that.
Yeah, and I know in some circumstances when you get an attachment, it's not so much that you're weak and it's trying to overpower you and attach to you. Sometimes they attach to you because they want a way out of a location. So they kind of latch onto you to go out, and they're really looking for help, and it's up to you to determine if you can help them or not, or even recognize that they need some help.
I'm kind of creeped out by it.
You're not scared, are you?
No, it's a spiritual thing, man. You'd have to be spiritual to understand this feeling, man. It draws me in because so much death and life has been here. You know, people come in here alive and then they leave dead, you know? So it's like there's lingering spirits all over the place, man, I'm telling you.
There's somebody in here? You are, walk out and talk to us. The hair on my arm is standing on end, so I'm getting a little bit of video on it. Getting goosebumps all over my arms. A real uneasy feeling in this room.
And we were in the hall and we heard an object. It sounded like a heavy desk being moved across the floor.
It was awesome. We actually had it make a noise for us because we asked it if it could hear us, and if it could hear us, make a sound for us. And we heard it's like a desk being moved across the concrete floor. It was really loud. We all heard it. We went down there to check it out. There wasn't nothing there. So check this out and see what you think.
If anybody's in here in this room, make some noise. Let us know that you're here. Touch one of us. Close the door. What the hell was that? Is that you? That sounded like
what was that?
Yes, slide across the floor.
Oh my God.
The abandoned nursing home, where old spirits have the ability to move heavy objects.
Dude, I'm getting an ultra weird.
Oh, me too, dude. Oh, shit.
Is that you?
And you just imagine, being 90 years old, can't do nothing for yourself. And you see everything around you, man, right? You feel like you're a youngster on the inside, but your body just won't cooperate, man. That must be a helpless feeling, man. How can you live like that, you know?
I guess I would feel kind of bad though if it was some spirits of people that passed away, except some chance they were still here. You know, I would feel pretty bad about that. But if it's something else, it's here just to screw us and stuff like that. I mean, any provocation is pretty much justified in my mind.
But, you know, you imagine people being brought here by their families, man, just left to die, man, you know. That's all it amounts to, you know. I'll be damned if I ever put my parents in some place like this and just forget about them, man. I just couldn't do it, you know. I think that people do that. It's like, what kind of people are out there, you know? How heartless can you be, man, to put somebody that you love in a place like this, man? I wouldn't want to come see my family member here, you know. I could never call this a home, man, no matter what, you know. Could you?
Alright, so right now me and Will, we're going to go upstairs and check out the loft for the first time. Apparently you can still feel activity upstairs in the back. That's what we've been told already.
Yeah,
so.
they just told us that. That's pretty cool stuff.
After you.
Okay. That smells a little bit, doesn't it?
Look at the stairs.
Going into the historic cotton exchange, I think I got more questions than answers. I'm not sure if in the last 2 investigations, these things that we experienced were attachments that people brought in with them, or are they the result of events and things that have taken place inside these buildings. Maybe by venturing into this house of ill repute, we'll get some answers, or just get lucky. So right now, this is somebody's house up here, and we're going to take a look around, and they say some of the numbers on the bordello doors are the original numbers.
Oh yeah. Well, see, this is great.
We did a little trek today. We've come here. I hope to see. Dave, what are you doing?
It's John Stamos. It's John Stamos, everyone. John Stamos. Oh, I have sorry.
Can you tell us what one of the craziest experiences that you personally had while working with these guys is?
Well, one of the most intriguing things that happened was an entity in a town called Ferris, Texas. We were at a place in Ferris, Texas, and an entity entered my body, stayed for a while, and then left. And we have it all captured on film. It's quite a deal.
I think that a lot of paranormal investigators can open themselves up to some dangerous entities when they are going into this unseen world. They may not necessarily have the experience or training that someone who comes from a psychic or spiritual background like myself does. There's a lot of different entities out there that come from many different levels on the astral plane. There's actually 7 levels to the astral plane, and the top 3 levels are the best entities, like the angels and positive spirits, and then we get down to the lower ones where we're talking about levels 4, 5, 6, and 7, where they actually get into more of the negative kind of spirits, or what we call the grays usually exist at level 4, and they're people that just do not want to leave the earth. They want to stay earthbound. But then when we get down to like 6 and 7, some of those entities can actually be very negative or even demonic in terms of trying to attach themselves to a paranormal investigator if they don't know how to protect themselves from that.
Heavenly Father, please protect us in what's about to. So I feel it's very important that we have a prayer protecting everybody in the society prior to an investigation, and then also do a prayer afterwards so we don't take anything home with us. If there is something attached to one of us, we ask that the entity stay here rather than travel home with us.
Alright, what would you do to a ghost if you seen one?
Probably attack it.
Alright, well, we're about to go upstairs and go check it out. I got the infrared camera. What do you got over here?
I got the EEP and the K2 meter. And I got the ghost box. We're going to see what we can pick up.
We're going to go in there and get a ghost right now. That's my name.
Really?
Yeah.
It just said your name.
I just heard it.
Did you say Philip?
Yes.
What is it about Philip? You keep saying Philip. Philip, Mike.
Hello? Me. Did you hear that?
Where's the hot babe? Can you lay me down on the bed? Fuck him.
Bad, dude. Bad. Let's let some other people come in here and work this shit out.
In time.
Alright, so I just came out from my first endeavor into upstairs in downtown Temple, Texas. And we took the ghost box in, and just like always, the ghost box was just spouting off random things. Everyone was swearing they heard my name. I heard my name like once.
What was that? You keep saying Philip.
That's what I hear. But then again, we also heard the words Facebook page.
Facebook page? Did I just hear Facebook page?
Yeah. So if there's ghosts in there, those are the most savvy ghosts electronically that I've ever encountered. And to be honest with you, I feel like this place is a dry well.
They keep saying your name, dude.
So what'd you think?
Oh man, I don't know, man. It's kind of.
Well, if you want me to stay here, you gotta talk to me. Tell me your name.
Capricorn.
What'd that say?
Capricorn.
Capricorn?
That's a zodiac sign.
Are you a Capricorn? Are you a Capricorn? Yes. Who are you? Hello?
As the investigation progresses, we start to notice that some of the investigators start to feel anxiety, agitation, depression, nausea. We're not sure what this is due to, but some speculate that this might be a symptom of an entity trying to attach themselves to a person.
Yeah, it's like right in here. I can still feel it now. It's like something inside, you know. It's just weird, strange.
Is there someone in this bathroom with me? Is there a spirit in here right now? Answer me now. What did I say? Was that you? I heard you. Why are you here? That's interesting. Did you hear that? Holy cow, I gave me the chills, dude. Did you hear that?
It's hard to explain. Man, I just got chills, you know. It's just weird, you know. It's just some kind of strange vibe and stuff, you know, when they were talking, you know. It's an experience you have to just experience yourself. I can't explain what I felt, but I did feel chills. And I don't know. It was a weird experience. And I'm not even drinking. I'm straight, you know. This is weird.
Would you like to say anything to us before we leave? Turn it off. Turn it off. Did you hear that?
No, we don't want to turn it off yet.
Yeah, we don't want to turn it off yet. Yet. Tell me to shut up and I'll turn it off. I feel really sad. I feel real sad, man.
Like, I'm actually kind of crying.
I know, dude.
feel warm. Like something was, I don't know, man. There's a lot in here.
So, as you can see, there's Bobby. He's on the bottom floor. He seems to be looking around. He seems to be a little bit confused. I'm interested to see when he comes out what he saw.
It was just certain places. I mean, just certain, it's not everywhere. You just get in a certain section, like right back, like where they said, right there towards the back, and you just all of a sudden you just start feeling this feeling. It's just like, it's hard to explain. It was cold chills to me. I just felt like, whew. And then she started crying, and then the other guy started getting sick to his stomach, and then we just took off out of there. I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe I should start drinking. I don't know. Because I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. I should.
Our next stop for our search for the truth brings us to the small town of Seguin, Texas, to the Almont Hotel. The Almont Hotel first opened in November of 1916. Since then, residents have reported seeing a dark shadow figure with a hat in the atrium of the lobby. They've also reported hearing footsteps in the corridors. We're here at the hotel with RIPCrew and Robby Prince to find out for ourselves the truth behind some of the reported hauntings here at the hotel.
Sure.
Can you tell me what you got there?
This is an Ovilus X. It's actually got a 3,000 word database in it, and ghosts can manipulate this by, if we ask it questions or anything, it can actually pick a word out of here that makes sense of what we're asking, so it'll kind of make us figure out what the answer is with the questions that we're asking. And this is a K3. It just shows EMF. It detects EMF, the different fluctuations and frequencies in the Earth's magnetic field.
Electromagnetic field. EMF. Are you still here with us? Can you talk to us? All right. Look at my arms, dude. Hold on a second, guys. You got a flashlight, please, guys?
Flashlight. It's around that corner.
I thought they were trying to build a room or something.
Okay, I'm here. Do you not want me to leave?
What's that?
This? It's like a voice.
They said that the mirrors, they've been seeing figures in the mirrors. And there are a lot of mirrors around here.
Hey, this says help on the mirror.
What the f***? Shit.
What happened?
I don't know, my ears hurt real bad.
Okay, come here.
Oh, no, I'm alright, wow, it popped like a
Minister?
Do you want to talk to the minister?
Robbie, you need to back away
I'm
from that room.
I'm alright. Tell me, you want to talk to the minister? Perhaps? Okay. Tell us. If you want me, I can pray for your soul. If you ask me to, I'll pray for your soul. If you talk into the machine he has, I can pray for your soul. I can help you cross over if you wish. But we need to understand that you're here.
You want him to pray for you? We drove a long way to get here for you to let us know if you need help or not. Let us know. This could be your only chance. If you don't want help, just say no. We'll leave.
Enough.
Enough.
No, I said enough.
Heavenly Father, save this soul from damnation. Pray that this soul needs help. Resurrect this soul into your light. Draw him into your light. Save his soul, dear Lord. Let him cross over into your light and save this soul from damnation.
Kickin K was once the Henny Tinsmith shop, which was the longest continuously running hardware store in Texas. Workers at the boutique have reported foul smells, hearing strange noises, and seeing shadow figures. Robby Prince, Ed Burlett, and I head into the boutique to see if we can capture some of the evidence that the workers have reported in the past.
Is there anyone in here with us? Any spirits at all that want to communicate? Hello? Could you please answer me one more time? Is there anyone in here with us? Yes. It said yes. Yeah. Why are you here? Are you stuck here? Can you tell me your name? Curtis. That was crazy, dude. Wow. Can you tell me my name? Were you murdered here? You're stuck? Yeah. You're stuck here? Can you tell me what year it is? Years.
It just said years.
It just said years, yeah. How many years? So you've been here for years? Girls, yeah.
Have you ever influenced someone to kill a girl?
I heard that plain as day, yes.
Wow.
That was crazy, dude.
Are you pissed off that you don't have a body? Do you hate us that we have a body and you don't?
You really?
You sound like a groan or a growl.
Yeah.
Do you hate us that we have a body and you don't? Do you hate us that we have a body and you don't? Are you pissed off that you don't have a body? How many killers have you influenced to kill people? What did I say? All of them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Talking said that. Ask the same question.
How many killers have you influenced to kill people?
Are you going to try to influence me to do something like that?
Say great?
Yeah.
Don't be a coward. Tell him his name right now. Robby. It just said Rob. It said Rob or Robby just right now. Did you hear that? It said Rob or Robby right now. After I called it a coward.
Rubbles?
Hello? Are you mad that you don't have a body? Yes. Are you mad at me, Robby, or are you mad at God?
I don't know what that was, dude. I don't even know if I want to know what that was. It didn't sound right, though. Tell us why you're mad.
Leave. Yeah. It just told us to leave.
You want us to leave? Say yes right now and I'll leave.
Yes.
Holy
Oh my God, dude. We're out of here.
Hold on.
I have a secret and you keep it. It involves spilling blood and your waste. Don't mistake my intention. It's not sin or a murder for carnal disgrace. That would be unlawful. It's lawful. There's a purpose right now while you're facing the ground. Who wants to see this? Firsthand what I'm talking about.
The Moshine Mansion, one of the creepiest places on earth.
The Moshine Mansion in Seguin, Texas was built in 1884 by former Texas Governor John Ireland. He sold it to Emil Moshine and his wife Lenora. They raised 10 children in the home, which sadly though, later died in the home, including Emil and Lenora themselves. During the filming of the interior of the house, we caught what appears to be a face in the doorway leading up to the stairs. You decide for yourself.
I mean, we don't take children under 12 except on rare occasion, and on nights when we've had no children here, we've had people say, that, you know, they heard kids running around in the hallway at like 3 o'clock in the morning, like the pitter patter of like little feet, like toddlers, and like, you know, there were no kids staying here.
Everybody's got a device.
Right now we're standing outside the Moshine Mansion, and I'm anxious to get inside. They've had a couple of groups go in already, and they're taking off for a long time. Sometimes some of these investigators like to spend a lot of time inside here to do a bathroom break, and then one more group, and then we'll go in.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh.
We're filming right now.
I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, we're going to do one more crew, and then I'm going to take Will in, and we'll see what we can do with Will. Because Will usually brings something out.
Which one is that?
Even if it's not paranormal, he always brings something.
Something. I just don't know what it is.
And so I woke Bob up, which, you know, he's totally useless if you wake up in the middle of the night. So I was on my own. So I jumped up and I ran out. I turned on the light and I ran out and ran through the house. It was clear as a bell. I ran through the house looking for somebody, and there wasn't anybody here, and the dogs were asleep on the floor. But I absolutely heard it. There was no question. And Bob saw a woman on the stairs shortly thereafter. What was that?
Did you hear that? This is where we were. We were standing right here, and a little rock come out of this and landed right here.
I was standing right where she was at.
Yeah.
That came out of this?
Yeah, a little rock.
If you look in there, there's a bunch of pebbles and bricks and stuff, just like rubble, and yeah, something came flying out.
What was this used for?
It hit this.
That was a window just
Here, look, stand up here, Will. Stand up here, check
So it wasn't used for anything, it was just a window.
Yeah, it was a window, because look, you look up, you can see the window panes, and then you can see the bars right here. And you can obviously see that's all new construction right in there. And it's all been filled in with dirt. It does.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a jail cell.
This is where my dad was standing, he got growled at. And then I got up here and looked at that ball right there, and it goes bang! Like something nailed it when I was standing right there and did it. God dang, I come off that chair, man.
The two guys that was this whole rock?
No, I don't know.
The only thing we could think of was a rock, because that's the only thing that's in.
Understanding that pretty much bootlegging was a hobby with everybody around here.
Okay.
It's just he had a bigger basement. Because there aren't very many basements in this part of Texas, but there's a huge basement down here.
Right, because
and it was
I think
full
the
of
limestone is hard to dig into and all that kind of stuff. To actually have a basement is kind of rare.
It is. It is. And a basement with a tunnel, it's even more interesting. Well, we've had psychics here before, and they tell us that we have a lot of spirits here. There's kind of a vortex.
I feel like there's something over
Sorry,
there.
Danny.
Like it's peeking through here. Now this is the other side, right?
Yeah, it's just
Okay. Yeah, it felt like something was peeking
I
through.
just felt like chills on the top of my head.
Yeah, you got a point
all the way
two
back
behind
here.
her. A point two behind her. I don't know what that means.
That's a
Point three.
basic reading, but if you get up to a 3...
But then it went to 0 and it did nothing.
And make it light up again?
Like it was nothing and then...
Nothing's moving over here behind me. I just got the coldest freaking chill. I've got
Are you the only one down here?
Yeah. Something was moving right up behind me, like something was just trying to creep up behind me. It's, can you make a loud noise in there? Is there any way you can make your presence known for us?
The dowsing rod is swinging back and forth.
Yeah, something basically just poked Rob in the face.
Something just poked Robbie in the face.
Is there something on me right now? I mean, seriously.
Look at his face.
I'm shaking all over. It scared the shit out of me, dude. It touched me right here.
After dozens of investigations and hundreds of hours of captured file footage, our search for the truth brings us to the most haunted, disturbing, and frightening location yet, the haunted Magnolia Hotel in Seguin, Texas. The Magnolia Hotel was once the residence of infamous serial killer William Faust. In 1874, William Faust traveled to New Braunfels and brutally murdered a young girl in her bed while she lay sleeping with an axe. We want to know the truth. I'm going to be going in with Alyssa Onyx of Dark Doll Paranormal, as well as Stacy Scott, psychic medium, via phone from Virginia. And we're going to try to find what exactly is haunting the Magnolia.
Hey Stacy, this is Will. We're at the haunted Magnolia. We're upstairs. I don't know if there's any way you can try to guide us.
Okay, if you look, when you walk through the door, if you look to the left, on the left wall, it almost looks like okay, follow me on this, on the left wall, as you're walking in, if you walk all the way to walk all the way to the wall in front of you, and then turn left, it's in the left-hand corner. About your height, Will, there's scratch marks.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah, there is scratch marks. There is.
Yeah.
We've got that here. We're documenting it. There is scratch marks on the wall. You're right.
And there's 3 other entities around him. There's 4 entities.
Look at my arm.
together
Look
in the
at us getting goosebumps again.
I don't like this room.
Alyssa said she doesn't really like this room.
No, I don't blame you for not liking that room.
Can we fart?
The killer is...
Yeah, Alyssa's walking out. She's getting a really strong feeling right now.
I'm agitated. I just don't want to be in that room.
Yeah, so when you walked into the room, it's like there's like a left or right. Like you can go like right, or you can go left, or you can go straight into the room. Is that correct?
I got a camera. So,
Okay, out here. That room. Here I can breathe. I can't breathe in there.
What the f was that?
Do you hear that?
What the f was that?
Do you hear that?
What the f was that?
Do you hear that?
It sounds like
her?
I don't know. It sounded like
Moaning
or something coming from here. What the hell? Okay, I'm putting you right here on the sink.
Okay.
And I'm filming into the mirror right now.
Good.
Yeah. Now you said this is like a portal?
The information I'm getting is that you're gonna, although you can't see anything right now, your camera, your audio, your video will pick it up. When you play it back, you're gonna see all sorts of funky stuff coming in and out of that mirror.
I do not believe at all whatsoever that these things are ghosts. I actually think they have evil intentions, and the things that I have encountered have been very, very negative. Something that you do not want to be around.
Here on the right-hand side of the mirror is the most heavily active. It's a thin, like, almost like narrow passage from that mirror coming in and out. They're coming in and out of it.
Are you getting sick, Alyssa? Alyssa's kind of getting sick. Alyssa's kind of getting sick right now.
No, actually, if you don't mind, can I clear them or stop them from coming in and out real quick?
I don't know if I'd stop them just yet. We're gonna film for a bit. I don't want them to go away just yet if they don't wanna.
Okay.
But
So tell me when you're done filming. The film and everything, you'll definitely see activity in that mirror when you play it back.
yeah.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
You know what? Other things happen there. That place had a lot of men coming in and out of it.
Yes, at one time this was, well, actually, you know, people talk about brothels and stuff like that, and they think about, you know, back in the day and stuff. Well, this was actually they're have.
Really?
What the was that?
Okay.
Something just hit the wall. Oh my God. I don't know what the that was. But back in the 80s, this is when they were doing they're having the drug use and the prostitution, the satanic rituals.
Whoa!
Something's in here. Something's in here. They just bang. Ed, come over here.
It's that demonic entity, the Larkson, that would not leave.
That was pretty intense.
It looks like to me that that energy that wouldn't leave, the strongest of them, not the largest, but the strongest, is the killer. That is the killer. That is Will.
Oh, I hate that son.
And he's in there, and he's making that noise on the wall. He's trying to basically threaten you, and he is still there. If you look to the right-hand corner, he's in the corner in the right hand, away from the doors, all the way in the right hand. There's like a window.
Wait, we just heard that noise again on the wall.
All the way in the right hand. There's like a window.
Wait, we just heard that noise again on the wall.
All the way in the right hand. There's like a window.
Wait, we just heard that noise again on the wall.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like it's coming from downstairs. I hear it coming.
You know, it's coming from downstairs. You know, in downstairs is where that smoking room is.
I was just about to say, he's trying to lead you down into the smoking room.
Can you tell us a little bit about this area that you had a vision of before you even walked into it?
I saw a tall gentleman stand here, a lot of candles, a mirror, and a pentagram that was on the floor inside that room. And as I walked in, I looked, and that's where I saw a large mirror in that room prior to even going in there, which is kind of weird.
He doesn't like being called out. He doesn't like being seen. He's not used to being seen. He doesn't like that I'm telling you where he is.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay, so we're going to go down there now.
Okay.
Yep, and I see one thing. It looks like is that attic?
I don't know what this is. I don't know.
That looks like it might be the opening to one of those attics. I hear it again.
Did you hear that?
It's coming from behind Ed.
It's in that room.
Oh, wait.
But where the staircase is, but I don't know if that's, I swear it's coming from down.
We're going downstairs. Okay. Let's see.
He's taunting you guys. He's taunting you.
There's a safe in this room, an old safe. On top of the safe is a metal star.
Is there a window open in here?
No, there's not.
I feel a draft around me.
Alyssa's feeling like a draft around her right now.
Five men in here right now with you. Yeah, it's really weird because I see her. They're sitting in a circle with you.
Wait, Alyssa just felt some. What's going on?
I heard something. I heard
Alyssa just heard
I
something.
don't know. There's two different hallways here.
She just heard a bang down the hallway.
Nice.
We're gonna go down here and see what's going on. Wow, this room here feels pretty heavy. Now, I'm gonna go back into the smoking room, and the smoking room, can you tell me anything about it? Anything that you see, like in there, or, okay. Cool. It's, I mean, this is probably one of the most haunted places that I've ever been in, to be honest with you.
It is seriously sick, is what it is. I mean, I definitely believe it's beyond haunted. I mean, I'm seeing these people, they're there. They're gonna blow up. Some man fell off the balcony.
Yes, a man was thrown off the balcony, and he was killed.
Thrown off?
Yes.
Nice, yeah, that's really nice. He was thrown off the balcony, yeah. This thing was seriously messed up.
Wait a minute. Where did you move the star? Where'd the star go?
Where'd the star go?
Huh?
Where'd the star go?
I don't know. It's in the safe. Did we move it? I didn't move that. It's in the safe.
He moved it.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you at all. He moved that star. That star is moved. He moved it.
Wow.
Moved it. I moved it. I hear him. Yeah.
We walked out of this room and nobody touched that star. And that star is in the safe right now. I'm filming it right now. Incredible.
Yeah, he's telling me I did it. He's claiming it.
Wow.
He's saying, you want me to close the door, you pussy, I'll do more than that.
Are you like sick or what?
No, it's that heavy, what we're talking about.
Yeah, heavy feeling.
When I get upstairs and I just feel...
Can I try to do some energy work on you real quick to get rid of what's on you?
Sure. I'm gonna hand Alyssa my phone right now.
Yes, ma'am, because I feel horrible.
I have feared that a spirit could attach itself to me and my team members, or maybe already has. All of us outside of investigations have experienced crazy things that we know are paranormal.
Thank you, Stacy. I've been feeling a draft around me in both rooms, and I just don't, it's just I don't feel nauseous at all. I feel very tired, but I just feel like I can't breathe. Yes, ma'am. I'm actually going to do that right now, so I'm going to give the phone back to Will. I'm going to do that.
In a place like this, I know I didn't bring anything. I know Alyssa didn't bring anything. So there could be instances where a paranormal investigator might bring something with them, but in some of these places, I believe the evil's here.
This is one of the best pieces of evidence we've caught. It's more almost like the Holy Grail. It's pretty close to seeing a full-bodied apparition. But we caught it in Seguin, Texas at an old ranger station.
And we were out, when we went in, we put a laser grid, was shooting against the wall. And all of a sudden, when we came back outside, we sat down, and all of a sudden I seen these, it looked like a roll of lights come out of the bedroom, and they just started floating all over the room. And it was, it amazed us, but we just, what is that?
It really was weird. One of the owners asked us, he told us, he goes, man, one time I made this arrow, it was for a bow and arrow, and he took the arrow and he put it on these deer horns, these antlers that were above his fireplace. And he said he would put it up there, and he'd come home from work the next day and it would be in the kitchen floor, which we thought was kind of weird. I was like, well, let's go put it up there now and let's see what happens. So we stuck it up there, and when we did, it wasn't 5 or 10 minutes later, and we seen these lights come out, and they were moving kind of like this. It was so weird. It looks like somebody walking around in this room. We watched it for over 40 minutes, but check this out and see what you think.
It always went back to the deer. It always goes back to the deer and goes away and comes back.
Yeah, where that arrow, where the guy put the arrow, it would always go back over there and then go out of the room and come back in. You'll see what we're talking about, because this is crazy, and this is actual footage, man. This is true stuff right here, so check it out. It's awesome.
That's left.